Now, what did we learn before? Right? He wants to explain what it means, Chelik B'Elokei Yisrael. So to explain Chelik B'Elokei Yisrael, he said in the Shir of yesterday, the Shir of Sunday, that there's something called Keil Elokei Yisrael, a Gili from Elokei Yisrael. And what we know about a Gili from Elokei Yisrael, that it creates many, many tzimtzumim. Right? Now, because in the tzimtzumim of Seder Ishtalshus, there's two levels. Okay? There's the tzimtzum of Seder Ishtalshus in the world, where the tzimtzum is real. In other words, the emes has taka concealed. And there's the tzimtzumim in Seder Ishtalshus of Yidden and Yiddishkeit. That you see a tzimtzum, you see a diminution, you see a lessening of the Eibishter's light in life, correct? But the kavana is that in these tzimtzumim is to bring in atzmos. And this is where we're headed. The Rebbe is not going to talk about the worlds. He talked about the worlds. In other words, the Shir of Sunday, Chav Aleph Menachem, the Rebbe explained how did the world work, that there's Hashem is emes, and then you have a ha'ara that comes to a different world to sustain. This same model, the same system is true of Neshamas Yisrael, with a basic distinction that when it comes to Yidden, the kavanah is ishtaka be his chalkus and agbola and ishtalshalus and diminution, but you want to bring atmos into it. And let's continue. V'hine ha'arazu, this light, av shelamayla, even though on the higher worlds, it radiates and expands without a purpose, to give life to hidden worlds. In other words, worlds which are beyond our comprehension. Beyond and end and beyond the limit. It's written in Zehar. Nevertheless, when it comes down to the lower worlds, it becomes even further reduced. That one of the descends lower. Through many contractions. To give life to the creations of Elam Abriya. Nivroim. Elam Yitzurim. And Elam Asiyav Nasim, says the Rebbe, it breaks up in this world. All of the light of the Eibush is reduced to 613, which are, first of all, Keneg Etayag mitzvahs atayra, the 630 mitzvahs atayra, and which are, second of all, Shehein Teriyag, Shehein Hein, that they are the same Tayag Mini Amshachas. 613 different ways of bringing down light of ha'ara made in Seif Baruch, of this light from the Eibishter, lahoya, to give life l'nishmas ha'av, to the neshama of a person. That the neshama of a person is also in the model of Tayag. Haklulim eremach evidim with 248 limbs, Sari vishas agidim and 265 nerves and arteries and veins. Okay, asher ba'avedazu, that the Tayag mitzvahs, as they're mirrored in the Tayag components of the purpose of a person, who ikir tachlis yiridas, it's the ultimate core purpose of the descent. The amshachas are bringing down ha'arazu, this small amount of light, lamata, into this world, l'chol and evroyim, to all creations, vayitzurim and formations, vanasim that are done. Again, briya yitzir and asiyah. Because shetachlis kulan, who are other than the point of all of them is the person, and taka, the physical person, kened, as it is known, that ever mentioned in Tanya Rish Perikov Gimel. Okay? So there's tayag parts to the world. It's tayag parts to Yid and to Teira. And the tayag parts of Yid and Teira are the justification. So the tayag parts of the world, when we do them Teira, we sustain all of the worlds. And this tayag remembers, and from Tzimtzum, Hashem reduces his light so much, it should be tayag. This division, and when the light comes to a lower level, it splits up only into 613 parts, it's only in general. Will you split it up more? There's not 613 mitzvahs, there's 613 mitzvahs, and each mitzvah has thousands of halachas. There's 600,000 Jews, for example, each one has 600,000 sparks. Kol mitzvah, each individual mitzvah, mischalak, is further divided up, individual details beyond the measure, beyond the limit. Which are guf, prati is the body of the individual halachas. Shebachol mitzvah, in each mitzvah, she'ein lehem mitzvah, that have no number. It's written in the Pasuk in Shir Hashirim, it's explained in many places in Midrashim and Chassidus. Shishim Haimim halachas, there's 60 kings. Hein Samach Mesechtes, which goes to the 60 Mesechtes of Shas, Chuli, and so forth. Va'alam is ein mispar, and there's young maidens without an end. Hein ha'alachas, v'chulu goes on the halachas. Shen hamshachas, the Atzin Elyon v'chulu, which brings on the Atzin Elyon. The Rebbe is going to explain Baruch and Perich of Tess, and he gets Sakedesh. Says the Rebbe, v'chein hu mamish b'nishma sa'ad. The same is true in a person. Just like in Yiddishkeit, there's 613 mitzvahs, but that's only in general. In specific, there's millions. Just like in Torah, there's 613 components, but that's only in general. Specifically, it's bligvul. Says the Rebbe, the same is true in a person. All of the souls of Elam in the world, included in Adam Rishon, who was one man. And in general, his soul is divided. 7 lines on the bottom or 8 lines on the bottom. The Mispetayag, there's 248 parts in the Neshama of Adam Rishon. In Mishas Agidim, 248 limbs and 365 nerves, arteries, and veins. So in general, there's 600,000 Jews. Proper in a specific way, Yiddish and Neshamas have an infinite number of sparks. Like I told you before, it's 600,000 times 600,000. Shei Neshamas call Yisrael, to the souls of all the Jewish people, from the time of the Avis and the Shvatim, ad Bias HaMashiach, ad B'chal, till the coming of Mashiach, including the times of Mashiach, Sheikuyim Oz, which will be fulfilled then. What the pasuk says, the number of Jews will be like the sand of the sea, which can be measured and can't be counted because there's so many. So what is the Alter Rebbe saying? There's Tzimtzumim, and the Tzimtzumim reduce the Chayas Alaki to create the worlds. These same Tzimtzumim exist in Yidden. These same Tzimtzumim exist in Teda. Okay? B'derech Klal, it's 613. B'derech Prat, it's millions. But there's a very big difference between the Tzimtzumim as it is in a Yidden and Teda and the Tzimtzumim as it is in the world, as you're going to see tomorrow in the next year. So in general, it's 613. In particular, it's Hashalim and V'lei Yisrael.